Hey, what are you guys doing over there? You waiting for another YouTube video? I think you are. So we're not gonna do a review today, we're gonna do a tutorial. And it's a tutorial that's been done over and over again, but you guys keep asking for it, so well, here we are, right? And what we're gonna do is a Ghetto Krink, or a Rusto mop mix, whatever you wanna call it. It's a homemade mop ink formula, and there's really no science to it. It's a strictly artistic endeavor, and it requires no rules, no regulations, no specific recipe. It's all feels. It's all however you want it to be. So let's go ahead and let's play with this little can of Rusto. This thing's probably about 6 or 7 years old. I found it in the warehouse. It's probably half dry, but that's half the fun, right? Let's see if we can make some mop ink out of it. Of course, I got my handy dandy LaCroix, whatever it's called. Use that to fill my mops with it. So let's get cracking. Let's make some magic, guys. Yes. All right, 6. So here's the deal. When you're making these mop inks, I mean, well, what can I say? It's definitely not a science. It's an art. Let's see if we can get this bad boy even open. This thing hasn't been opened in years. All right, 6. So making mop ink is pretty straightforward. You need a good quality oil-based paint. In this circumstance, we have Rust-Oleum. It's a pretty old can, but let's take a look inside. Still looks pretty good, doesn't it, guys? Pour a little out. Yeah, I think this will do the business. So let's go ahead and pour a little bit into our little sieve here, or whatever you want to call it. Oh, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? You guys know you love that. All right, wonderful. Look, I'm not even going to tell you the ratio because it just doesn't really matter. It's really up to you. I'm just going to put a dash and a dab and, you know, whatever.
Concentrate on how sounds are
now, you could put brake fluid in this. Some people like to do that. I'm not a big fan of the brake fluid myself. It does tend to give you some problems with the mop. So I would say just skip it unless you really want to be a destructive little turd burglar. Then go ahead and put it in there. Now you can use a variety of different solvents. I'm just using paint thinner, regular old paint thinner here. If you want, you can use some other stuff, mineral spirits or whatever. You could use xylene, although it will eventually eat the mop up, so keep that in mind. What you're kind of looking for is the consistency of vitamin D milk, a nice thick milk. Remember, kids, in Canada, milk comes in bags. All right, sick. Let's go. Let's go ahead and get this going here. What's up, my Canuck homies? I hope you guys are doing well out there. You know I love you. Greetings from Hamburger Land. All right, sick. Let's go ahead and get this mixed up. Looking pretty good. What do you guys think? Should we just run with it as is? Yeah, I think that's fine. Just a dab will do ya. All right, sick. Let's go ahead and get these mops filled. Now, the thing about Rusto is it's an oil-based paint. It's very durable and should work in a wide variety of mops. The one thing I would mention that's worth mentioning is it is possible for the nib to dry out from the Rusto. You can kind of mitigate that by trying to clean the nib off when you're done. It just depends on the type of writer you are, I guess.
All aspects of analog and digital synthesis. Specifically,
go ahead and put a cap on that. This is our first try at it, just by eyeballing it, so we'll go see how it looks. All right, sick. So I got this dumpster all buffed out with a bunch of tags, so it should give us a nice backdrop. Hello, Inky, how are you doing? Should give us a nice backdrop to go ahead and do these tags with. This will be our first test with this mop. I just went ahead and got the nib saturated, so we're ready to go. And let's go ahead and hit up a few homies. First, let's hit up my homie AK-47 Benno. As you can see, the oil-based product definitely runs. You can get a nice tag out of it. Little on the streaky side, but it's a homemade mixture. No worries, fam. Just let it run out. It'll drip. You'll get your ups. No problem. No problem. All right, let's hit up another homie. Let me get my downward styles. This is Alter. Remember, if you're not getting the feel that you like, just give it a little squeeze. Nice. The R's a little crunchy, but we'll survive. We'll survive, guys. All right, let's hit up my homie. He's on Instagram. It's at Rise _ Wrath. Oh, I'm out of room. Just imagine another F at the end of that one. All right, who did I miss? Who did I miss? Who did I miss? Oh, Dazed Film. At Dazed _ Film. Damn, I keep running out of room. They said I couldn't stomp the yard for a while, so here I am. All right, sick. Let's hit up the homie Shoe. The homie Shoe wants to hit off. This dumpster's getting a little rough, so some of my tags might get bumped into there. And I'm also starting to run out of mop ink in this, so about ready for a refill, guys. Oh yeah, not too shabby. Now remember, this is oil-based paint. Sick, I had to go get a quick refill because I ran out squeezing out on this thing. You'll go through it quite quick. Just keep that in mind, because you will be addicted. All right, let's hit up my homie Atomic PDX. Nice. You got that Atomic _ PDX. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense? All right, we got room for one more tag. One more tag. Let's hit up my boy Azok. Actually, we got room for more. Let's hit up my dude Mackie over from Scotland. What's up, Mackie? How you doing? There we go. That's my dude Mackie from the Scottish Highlands, the original Mac Daddy. Know that, baby, know that. All right, sick. So I think that's it. We pretty much grilled this thing all together. One last Gus tag from my homeboy Gus. What's up, Gus? How you doing? And yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, let's go ahead and mess around with something else.
Now here it is all dried out. As you can see, you can get some pretty killer drips, man. I mean, really, really killer drips. For a homemade mixture, it's definitely doable. You know, it can be a little bit streaky, but don't let that dissuade you. This stuff definitely works. And if you're doing homemade mixtures, I'd say look no further. There's really no need to do anything else but the Resto mix. It works great. It gets the job done, and you get fantastic drip.
Sick, I got a Drip Mop filled with this mixture. Let's see how it rocks in the Drip Mop, right? Let's see. Let's hit up my dude Chew. Nice. Let's hit up Cito. We haven't hit him up in a while. Nice. Drippy-licious, baby. Totally drippy-licious. It's interesting how it's reacting with the other mop paints right there, but we're still getting the drips and that drippage love that you love. So all right, let's hit up some more people. Oh, let's hit up Pickle Shoe again. I like that name. Now, generally when you're tagging sideways like this, the mop isn't the best choice because the drips will start to drip into the lettering and it may render it unintelligible. That's okay. That's half the fun. Oh, let's hit up my dude, Kiever. Big Kiever in the house. Let's rotate this bad boy. Who's next? Who's next? Let's rock another 7 tag. You know I love that word. Yeah. Big 7 in heaven, baby. Big 7 in heaven. Why don't we do an amuse tag while we're at it? Oh, starting to run out. Sorry, Amuse. Nah, still came out tight. Give me a little halo because he's such an angel. Angel in my eyes. All right, sick. I think that's all you need to know. All right, sick. We didn't quite get enough hit-offs, right? I think we need to do more hit-offs. So let's hit off some homies over here. First, let's start out with my dude Miro. I'm not sure what country he's from, but he wants a hit off. So let's hit him off. What's up, Miro? How you doing? All right, Fat said what's up again. So let's holler at my homie Fat. Always wanting the hit offs. I get it. I get it. All right, let's hit at my dude Drift. Now, this isn't the Drift from Seattle. This is a Drift from Australia. So no connection there whatsoever. Oh yeah, I gotta hit up my Instagram, homie. Running out of room. That's my homie on Instagram at Gizster13. Gizster13. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but he writes otaku. So let's hit up his tag. Well, it's one of his tags, I believe. Mr. Otaku in the house. Oh, wait. How could I forget? My homie Kink. Now my homie Kink hails from Iceland. I've been to Iceland once. I hung out in Reykjavik, had a really good time. Definitely would like to go back. When I do, I'll be hitting you up, Kink. We'll do something together. Hit up my dude Rays. Oh wait, let's try to fit a lurch in here too. There we go. Oh my God. What a pretty mess we've made over here, haven't we? We've made quite a pretty mess. And this mop is run out.
All right, sick. So there you go. Now this formula that I had in this mop is actually a different one than you saw at the beginning of the video. I added just a little bit more of the solvent, the paint thinner to it to make it extra drippy. And as you see, it does do that. It did make it slightly more streaky at the time of writing, but once it kind of set in and started to drip into itself, the majority of the streaks start to disappear. So remember that when you're tagging. Look at your tag afterwards, not when you're writing with it, because sometimes it may appear streaky as you write, but once it's dried, it tends to blend in with itself. And I think this looks pretty good for a resto mix. Also, I want to give a shout out to everyone: Miro, Fat, Kink, Rays, Lurch, Drift, at Gizster13, Mr. Otaku, you know, doing their thing on the streets. And I'm doing my thing in the warehouse. But yo, looking good, looking good. Oh, look who's coming over here. Look who's coming over here. Let's see if we can get her in focus. No, not focused enough. What do you think of all this graffiti nonsense, Inky? What do you think of it all? Something tells me you just want food.
Yo, that was a lot of fun, guys. I'm really glad we got a chance to get out there. you know, do this little Ghetto Krink video, because honestly, I've been kind of putting it off because I've seen so many videos of this on YouTube. I figured that the internet was already saturated with it. But maybe you guys just want my perspective, or you just, maybe you want a remix, I don't know. So let me give you a couple thoughts on this. If you, oh, it's empty, don't worry. My biggest beef with Rusto is it's sticky as fuck and it sticks to everything. If you try to move stuff around, it just, shit like that happens. Thankfully the mop was empty. But here's the deal. If you want something you can easily get at any hardware store, get up with just this little minor modification, it's really hard to beat the Rusto mix. It really is. One thing I did notice is on the Drip Mop, I did notice that the nib, the barrel did kind of soften up a little bit overnight. This is the next day, by the way. Hello, time travelers. But it didn't fall out. It's not falling out. It's staying in. But just something to keep in mind. And this happens with all these solvents. And my memories serve me right. And again, I don't do these type of mixes that much anymore because, you know, I just kind of grab something off the shelf. And that's it's my hubris, I guess. But man, I think I want to explore this Rusto thing a little bit more. That said, keep in mind that the solvents will affect the mop a little bit. Alcohol-based stuff, not so much, but the solvents in this did slightly affect it, so keep that in mind. But again, I'm squeezing the hell out of it. The nib's not coming out. The little bit of a pull, it does come out, but it seems to be fine. Now, if this was xylene, it probably would affect it quite a bit more. But again, guys, if you want to have an ill, gnarly, toxic tag, you gotta use the gnarly, toxic stuff. I mean, that's what it boils down to. If you don't care, try an alcohol-based product and just paint a lot. Paint a lot. That's really the key, guys. It doesn't matter what you use. Paint more than the buffer can buff. That's the way it works. Paint more than the buffer can buff. Yeah. Exactly. But I don't know, man. I'm really loving this. I'm gonna play with it more. I think we need to do something with the roller or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that, but can't beat it. Can't beat it. Now, if I was to do this, I would probably stick with the Drip Mop or the Squeezy E. These seem to be the best choices for this type of ink. But keep in mind, to get it to flow really good, you have to squeeze the fuck out of it, even if it is diluted a bit. So you will run through it a lot quicker. Unlike some of the other formulas like the alcohol-based and stuff, you don't have to squeeze them as much to get an opaque line. You feel what I'm saying? And the mop will last longer. For example, Toxic Shocker covers all ink. I got tons of tags out of that because I didn't really have to squeeze it. You know what I'm saying? So there are balances to this whole equation. You know what I'm saying? But what can I say other than this is awesome? So just if you're on a budget or you just want to grab something on the run, you can't beat Rust-Oleum. You can't beat it. Can't beat it. All right, I gotta go, guys. Oh, wait, hold on a second. I need to address something here, okay? Because I've been looking at some of the YouTube comments and you guys keep saying that I'm high or what am I on and all this stuff. And it's like, what am I on? What am I on? What am I on? What am I on? You ever heard of DHMO, buddy? Oh, I can't even pronounce it. DHMO. It's so addictive. We seriously need to ban this stuff, guys. I'm addicted to it. Without it, I would literally die. Remember to stay hydrated, kids. Stay hydrated. Oh, and... I'm retarded. Alright, thanks for watching our video, guys. I hope you had a good time. I had a good time. Probably not my best video, but I had fun doing it. And that's what matters, right? As long as you have fun doing what you do. Just like graffiti. So remember, if you need any graffiti supplies, any art supplies, anything of that nature, be sure to hit us up at ArtPrimo.com. ArtPrimo.com. 206-365-4083. 206-365-4083. I got you, baby. And remember, DHMO, you can't live without it.